Hello, everybody. We are getting quite a bit going. Let's see, I've got 3 pounds. I need 3 eggs. Leave those here. I need to get a panade started, so bear with me for a second. Fourth. Half cup. Three-quarters cup. I guess I don't need all. This breadcrumb. So what I'm doing is I'm making a very quick panade. If you're wondering what the heck a panade is, it is moistened breadcrumbs that work as a binder but also make your stuff super duper moist. You can do this with stale bread or you can do it with breadcrumbs. I don't really have any good stale bread. But generally, I do 1/4 cup breadcrumb to 1/4 cup milk per pound. So I've got 3 pounds, so 3/4 cup breadcrumbs, 3/4 cup milk, and then I do an egg. What's good? Happy Friday. Hey, Ghetto! How you been, man? I haven't heard from you in a while. You been busy? So as you can see, I'm just turning this into a paste, essentially. I'm staying sober and no Twitch during the week. Oh, wow. Well, then I'm glad it's the weekend. You always help liven things up. All right, we got a breadcrumb mixture. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the jalapenos and drain the pineapple. I'm on my way back from getting my apprentice motorcycle license. I was thinking I would hop on your on. I usually catch you on Friday nights. Yeah, that's true. I just started too, so you came at the right time. You have a motorcycle? I assume you have a motorcycle if you have a motorcycle's license. Or are you looking to get one? Some jalapenos. I have a 1984 Honda Nighthawk, but I lost my license a couple years ago. Then COVID came, and I have to redo all of them because of the 3-year rule. Oh. That's a vintage motorcycle. I paid $950 for it. It's great. My dad has had a handful of Harley Davidsons over the years. They were all fat boys, though. I mean, you can tell I'm a bigger guy, so my family is also on the bigger side, so we would all need something a little bit bigger. Harley is my dream, but it's not the best for 6'6". Oh yeah, it's not. Well, the fat boy isn't too bad. My dad was 6'5". I never got on it when I reached my full height. So I'm also not super knowledgeable about motorcycles. I always liked them. I think they're cool. I personally always worried about being too hot wearing the leathers, for protection. Because, I mean, I get hot wearing a polo for work half the time. Yeah, I guess I could do a fat Harley. BMW surprisingly has great bikes for tall people. The wind really helps, but true. Yeah. It always looks like fun. My dad used to go to Sturgis. I think he's too old for it now. Although, from what I hear story-wise, there's quite a few old people up there. Well, how long does it take for you to get your full license back after you get your apprentice? Man, I love it when my knives are sharp. What Sturgis? The Sturgis motorcycle rally up in Sturgis, is it South Dakota or North Dakota? I think it's South Dakota. The annual big motorcycle rally. It's basically just music and drinking and all kinds of things. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. I've got a friend who bar backs up there, but he only does it because his cousin owns a bar, and it sounds horrible from what he does. It's like 18-hour days of just switching out alcohol, but I hear the money's great, but it's not enough to get me to go up there. Some crazy old timers will have to go to New Hampshire to Lasonia, and then some more in New York. Some of those folks have retired and do 10K miles per season. I mean kilometers, not miles. Oh, wow. That's a lot. I think I'm happy with the amount of jalapenos in this. Let's do a little bit of light diced onion. My wife and I have every other Friday off. We work 80 hours every 2 weeks, but we work 9-hour days. And then we get every other Friday off. And then every Friday we work, it's only an 8-hour day. So this was our Friday off, and we took a pizza making class. It was 2.5 hours, and it was actually a lot of fun. Didn't really learn a lot, because I already kind of knew everything, but I really enjoyed the class. The instructor was funny and interesting, and they made dough we all made dough, and had like a pizza sauce, and basically got to taste it. Showed us how to make like a bunch of other stuff with the same dough. Apparently it's very good for like bread, calzones, strombolis, breadsticks. That meatloaf is going to be banging, all ingredients I love. You both work 80-hour week, not 80-hour weeks, 80-hour like 2 weeks within 2 weeks, like a standard 2-week work schedule. Sorry, I always say 80 hours a week, but it averages 40. Every 2 weeks is 80. We don't work 80, we would be dead. A little bit of that down there. Oh, yeah, that's standard. We just work, the way that we work is a Friday off. And both of ours align, so it just worked out really nice that we got to go and do this. I don't want to use it. I do want to use this. I'll bring this closer, I swear. I was like, holy shit. Yeah, no, I wouldn't last very long if it was an 80-hour work week. That'd be, what, 12 hours a day? I better be having every other Friday off. If not more. Okay. Since you're pimping it up so much, I think pork is a good option from classic beef. Plus, pork and pineapple is great. Yes, I have made pork meatloaves before, and they're really good. They're a really nice alternative for a meatloaf. Chicken, you can do it. It's okay. It's not quite as good. But pork and beef make fantastic meatloaves. And I very commonly spice it up a little bit. But I found this like just came out, this pineapple chipotle barbecue sauce from Lane's. I really like their stuff for when I smoke or barbecue meats. And I was like, I bet you that would go really good on a meatloaf. So I was like, what can I do? And I was like, why don't we just do some sort of like Hawaiian version? I've never had it, but I imagine this is probably going to be fantastic. Get a little salt in there. Because I know this is going to take a while to cook. So my goal is to make a macaroni salad, kind of like they do at Hawaiian Bros. I don't know if you've had it, but I love their macaroni salad. Yeah, chicken is not the same, I agree. Yeah, I mean, it is, if you're trying to do like a health reason, it's not bad. Where's my garlic? Onion. Put a little white pepper. A little garlic powder. I can get this cayenne going. I've never had it, but it sounds like Hawaiian Bros knows how to make tasty macaroni and salad. Yeah, it's like a sweeter macaroni salad that's really tasty. It's got black pepper. It's got a nice little twang from like apple cider vinegar. It's got carrots and then a lot of black pepper. I really like it. As for like other stuff at Hawaiian Bros, not a huge chicken thigh guy. Like I'd rather a breast than a thigh. But I really like their sauces. Got a little bit of cayenne. Okay, let's get this mixed up. And are you really making meatloaf if you don't mix it by hand? I'm going to pull this out just in case I spill any. I need to do some chopping and cutting. Wow, I'm in way more of a thigh fanatic. But that's cool. Yeah, no, I understand why people love thighs because it is super generous when cooking. You can't really kill it like you can with a chicken breast. I just have always never been much of a dark meat fan. I'm trying to unclump some of this breadcrumbs because if I don't, then they'll just cook like that. I want them to really incorporate. I was worried the pineapple wouldn't be enough, but it looks pretty solid throughout. Man, if you're an ASMR fan, right now would be the thing. Okay. I would say successful in forming the meatloaf. Well incorporated. Alright, let me wash my hands. I gotta get the pan prepared. Should have done that ahead of time. I appreciate how less greasy my hands feel after doing ground pork than doing ground beef. I told you that I live in a Jamaican hood. They make a good macaroni salad too with the sweetness. It's said to be it's the side to their jerk chicken and chicken curry. The enzymes from the pineapple will turn meat into mush if you left it this way for hours, but that won't happen. Evening from the UK. Hello, Haley. Welcome. We just got our meatloaf mixed together. I'm prepping the pan now. I really want to make jerk chicken. I'm having trouble finding Scotch bonnets right now. I don't know if they're not in season or if I need to go to a specific store. But I remember being able to find them, and I can't find them to save my life right now. But I'd really like to make the Jamaican beef patties as well. Hey, all thanks, lovely. Hope you're well. I'm doing well. Thank you for following. I appreciate the support. We make a lot of fun things. I try to keep the vibe on here like a hangout. So I hope you enjoy it. Oh my god, I have Scotch bonnets every time of the year across the street. It's okay. You can do like a chili and jalapeno mix. That's close enough. Yeah, I'm sure I could probably substitute like mango and habaneros. Because Scotch bonnets kind of got that sweet flavor to it. But I like to try and make it authentic, at least the first time I ever make something. Like the doner kebabs that we made, I don't know, a couple months ago. I tried to make those as authentic as I could, having never been to Germany. You're welcome. I'm a fellow cook, and I bake, hence the name. Dooner, yeah. What do you like to bake, Haley? I'm not a particularly good baker. It's something that I didn't really practice growing up, but I've been working a lot to get better at it. Like well, speaking of the doner kebabs, I made I need to spray real quick. That would be so bad. I make pita bread for the first time. I'd never even heard of it until I'd seen this, and I loved it. Made it from scratch. It took me about 3 tries to get it down. I'm actually going to try and make some French loaf bread, maybe Sunday. I'm going to try and do like a shrimp po' boy with fresh made bread, and I hope it comes out well. I make cakes for a living. Donair. This is hilarious. Doner kebab. That's how I'd heard people say it. So, like wedding cakes, or are we talking like bakery type cakes and like pastries and stuff like that? Yeah, you said in Canada it's donair though. Yes, all of the cakes you can think of. Oh, that's cool. I made a bee sting cake a couple weeks back. Um, I cannot pronounce the German version of it, but it was really fantastic. I'd never had it before. Really enjoyed it. Uh, it was like a brioche dough that was then cut in half and filled with a vanilla custard, and then topped with almonds and honey. It was delicious. Try making a Victoria sponge. Ooh, honey and almonds, one of my fave. Uh, I would definitely give it a shot. I can't guarantee it would come out good, but that's part of the fun, isn't it? Okay. Let's paint on some of this Chipotle glaze and see what we look like. What do you like to cook? I always like to ask people that because I love ideas on things that people want to see cooked because it's always sometimes a struggle. So far, I haven't repeated myself too much on things I've made on here. It's dead easy. One of the easiest cakes you could make. First, it was ketchup, then barbecue. Now it's pineapple chipotle glaze. I like to cook homemade soup. Hell yeah. We made a really good wild rice and mushroom soup last week. It was delicious. I ended up taking so much of it over to a friend and let them have it because it was just it made an entire like Dutch oven amount. There was no way I was going to be able to eat all of it. I do want to make a butternut squash soup. Um, when I can get one from the farmers market. I think that'll be really good. I know a lot of people really like that, and I'm interested to try it. I've never been a huge soup person personally, but I'm kind of getting into it now that I'm a little bit older. Have faith in yourself. Practice makes perfect. No, you keep a pretty good record of doing something different each time. Ooh, yeah, butternut squash is good. Butternut is the king in my book. It's like a potato replacement. Love it. You want to do a cream soup? I mean, I would do a cream soup. I made a like from scratch cream of mushroom soup on Thanksgiving here in the U.S. for green bean casserole, and it blew away any of the canned stuff I've ever had. Like I could have just drank that by myself. It was so good. That green bean casserole was like one of the best things we had. All right, I'm putting the probe in. Since this is pork, I'm going to set it to 165. All right, I got it going into a 400-degree oven. We'll see how long it takes. And then we'll pull it out periodically to continue to add more barbecue sauce in the glaze. Now we need to start working on macaroni salad. The other way, I guess, is chicken stock, then pieces of squash. It sounds absolutely amazing. Yeah. I'm going to sanitize this real quick. My salt wipes. All right. So, my macaroni salad is a pound of mac noodles, 1.5 cups of grated carrots, 2 bundles of scallions, 1.5 cups of mayonnaise, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 2 teaspoons brown sugar, ½ cup whole milk, 1/4 teaspoon garlic powder, ½ teaspoon black powder, and salt to taste. I don't have 2 things of scallions. I've got 1, and I've got normal onion. I may grate the onion in combination. Just getting the ends chopped off. My sister's coming over on Sunday to help me get a tiny garden started. My one from last year did terrible. It's in a raised bed, but I'm hoping to have jalapenos, tomatoes, and maybe some other stuff. It's only 2 small raised beds, so it's not like a ton. But we'll see how that goes. She's really good at growing plants, and I don't know what the opposite of a green thumb is, but that's definitely me. That looks good. We'll save these for garnish. I'm not gonna lie, this macaroni salad was not planned at all, so I'm using baby carrots because that's what I have. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the dressing started because that needs to sit and be refrigerated. Alright, so quarters, 2/3, 1/2 cup. What kind of how many springform pans do you guys have for your cake making? I've got 2 of like the standard size and 1 smaller, and I'm curious if I should attempt to get a couple more. I don't bake a lot, but I've found that those springform pans have been helpful in other things as well. Woo. All right, there's a half cup. Kind of wished I had one of those squirtable mayonnaises right now. This would be so much easier. A little bit more. Okay. There's another half cup, so we have a full cup of mayonnaise. All right, last half cup. You guys have any recommendations for things you'd like to see made? I've got to figure out next week's menu, and so far all I have is po' boys. All right, half cup. Is okay. 2 tablespoons apple cider vinegar. Do you have Queen Elizabeth cake, Haley? One of my favorites. I'm unfamiliar with what that is. It's pretty much a cake with brown sugar, vanilla glaze, and coconut. You had me until you brought up coconut. I'm the only one in my family who does not like coconut. It's a texture thing for me. But my family loves like German chocolate cake. All right, so there's the half cup of whole milk. What about coconut curry? You like those? I do not like coconut curry. I don't like coconut curry. Um, honestly, I've been like I want to make butter chicken, but I'm gonna replace the coconut milk with like heavy cream. Had been my plan. 1 teaspoon brown sugar. 2 teaspoons sugar. Original butter chicken is heavy cream. Coconut is the replacement. I know, but I feel like out here it's mostly coconut milk instead of heavy cream, which is why I haven't really been able to get it from any restaurants out here that do it the way that I want to. All right, apple cider, mayo, brown sugar, milk, garlic powder. Why did I put that away? 4 teaspoon. Pepper. So that's fine, even better. Weird, Montreal has a lot of Indians, and it's all cream, like 90%. We have an actual, like, fairly large Indian population, but they're all, like, centralized. Like, you can go to a couple places, and that's where they all are. The apartment we used to live at was right next to one of those, like, central places that they all lived. And there was nothing wrong with that. It was just always funny, like how you kind of get those random groups. I'm gonna whisk this. It's kind of lumpy. This would be, it's lumpy like pancake mix, but I want it consistent. Maybe the part of India uses coconut cream right up front, which is fine. Yeah, no, I like, if people like that a lot, that's totally fine. I have no issues with it. It's my preference. Coconut and like raw oysters are like the two things that I'm not a big fan of. Which are both things that my family loves. My wife is the same with me on that, although she is a lot more picky than pretty much anyone in my family. Well, I have a sister who's a vegetarian. I don't know if that counts as being picky or not. It's just more of a life choice. Alright, so this is our dressing for the mac salad. Everything else is going to be an add-on. Done with the milk. Alright, so we got our green onions. I'm going to go ahead and start the macaroni salad. I would give up coconut cream, but not rye oysters. Those are my favorite. I don't ever want to gatekeep food from anyone, so like if people love it, that's great. Have at it. Raw oysters, it's like trying to swallow like phlegm to me. And you try to hide it with like hot sauce and horseradish and lemon. Or, if you do it Rockefeller style, you're adding all kinds of stuff. It's just not for me. If you like it, man, have all the oysters you want. That being said, I like mussels. Cole, raw oysters are delicious. You had to show up right then, didn't you? Cole's one of my work friends, and he loves raw oysters. Gets them everywhere he goes. All right, I'm getting this water going. Salt. Gotta salt my water. Your noise canceling really cuts you out a lot. Yeah, sorry. I signed into some slander that just won't be tolerated. Hell yeah. I've had 1 week old and 12-hour old, and as long as they are fresh, a couple days does not hinder them. Sorry, I mean like 1 hour old, like straight from the sea. It's not fresher. Fresh is fresh. You're not going to find 1 hour out of the sea in Kansas City. We are pretty central. I think the best you can get is barely frozen. Well, we got a nice meatloaf going right now. It's in the oven. It's 12% cooked, according to my thing. What are you talking about? They pull them right out of the Missouri River. I've seen the Missouri River, and I don't want to eat anything out of that. Also, it is pretty much like down so far, you could walk across it. If this was the Oregon Trail, people would be fine. What was I doing? Grating carrots. That's what I was going to get ready to do. I'm super prepared to lose a finger over this. Fair enough, but when you're close to the ocean, give them a second shot, maybe. I'll give them a try. I'm not afraid to try something usually a second, third, fourth time. Yo, I had meatloaf for lunch. Easier to scoop up oysters than if you can walk out there. Prime season. I took a pizza making class today, Cole, at the Culinary Center of Kansas City or whatever, down in downtown Merriam. It was actually really fun. You should add that to your list for you and Maddie's activities. KCUC. I've never had too many oysters. I think I did 50 once. Felt like I could easily do another 50. That's a lot of oysters, my dude. What was the best thing I learned at the class? I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't learn a lot at the class, but it just helped to reinforce some stuff I already knew. But basically, you can use pizza dough for about anything. You can use it for breadsticks, strombolis, bread, calzones. That's pretty much what I learned. It was a 2.5 hour class that you showed up and he had breadsticks and pizza sauce that he had made for everyone to try. And then he showed us how to make dough. But basically, there's no like good day of pizza dough. You have to make it, ferment it for 5 days, and then you can freeze it and then pull it out and use it like that day after it's already done everything else. But you have to do the 5 day wait. Did they talk about San Marzano tomatoes? He didn't talk about them specifically, but he he did bring in a can of San Marzano tomatoes. He said you can use basically crushed tomatoes, and he suggested a couple. But he didn't specifically say they have to be San Marzanos. But he had San Marzanos as the ones that he used. We're just getting back from Breakthrough, which was a lot of fun. Yeah, but you eat a brunch and you still feel like you're going to McDonald's. Yeah. Maddie's birthday, so Antler room tonight for dinner. I'll add pizza making class today. Yeah, you can do pizza making or any of the other classes. They got a lot. They do them almost every day. But tell Maddie happy birthday. 5-day ferment. Okay, he really showed you the in and outs. Yeah, it was a 5-day ferment, cold ferment. The dough made 2 14-inch pizzas. And then he was like, yeah, then you can just freeze them and pull them out 8 hours before you want to use them. Which the other week when I was making the pizzas on here is pretty much what I had already done. I made extras and froze them. And then we made doughs that he gave us. And they're in my fridge right now. So I'll freeze those in 5 days. My sister is going nuts with sourdough right now. She made bread and amazing pasta. I think I would like sourdough, other than trying to keep a starter alive seems stupid. Stupid amount of reminders that I would need, because I'm really bad about like daily stuff like that. Because I did briefly look into it. I've got a sister who really likes to bake, so maybe I could convince her to do a sourdough starter and then just give me some when I want to make sourdough. I've heard that sourdough pizza dough is really good. If you skip one day, you think it dies. I don't even know if it works. No, it doesn't die. Basically, for like a month, you have to feed it and then pull it out and like throw half of it away until it's like a good dough. And then you have to feed it like every 3 days to keep it alive. It can go dormant, and then you have to do it a whole another week of feedings to get it back. But yeah, you pull it out, weigh it, throw away half, and then add sugar and more bread flour. It's an interesting process. That looks like enough carrot, right? You mean good bacteria, not dough? She's been working on it for months. Yeah, it's a process. Once you have a good one, it's basically there forever. But the benefits are great. Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I've seen like sourdough pancakes. I haven't had them, but I would love to try them. I think they'd be really good. All right, I'm gonna grate a little bit of onion. How'd the pizza class go? That's what we were just talking about. It went well. I didn't really learn much. But I got a decent pizza dough recipe and a pizza sauce recipe that was pretty much already what I was doing, with just a couple other things added to it. All right, so there's my. Here is my macaroni salad ingredients. I'm going to go ahead and already throw these in. It was Tasty 2 bonus. You good? Your pizza skills sharpened. Yeah. Did they explain how to make sure and use cold cheese so it cooks longer? No, they did not. They said to use fresh cheese and that was it. There was nothing out there about this freezing your cheese. It's nonsense. The only thing that I was really surprised about was he made comments about depending on what your oven is, if it's convection, then you need to put your cheese on top so that melts. It struggles to melt in a convection oven. But that's not true for all of them. So in some cases, it's completely okay to use a normal, do it the normal way where cheese on bottom. And then, because it was thick crust pizza, it ended up taking 15 to 20 minutes for the pizzas to cook, which I thought was significantly longer than the about 8 to 9 minutes that I did when I was doing mine. But mine was also thin. Alright, so this will be ready for the macaroni salad when I get it done. Grease the cheese, bro. That's so stupid. I'm not doing that. It's a good idea of cooking at home. What was their opinion on bags of shredded cheese? He said, do not use it. He's like, the cellulose that they use in that bagged cheese does not melt well on pizzas. So we said, grate your own cheese, which, and he's one of those people that's like, cellulose comes from trees, or from sawdust, which is a vast simplification of cellulose, but yes, he was big about shredding your own cheese. He did talk about dough hydration and what to use for pizza oven versus home oven versus the like convection oven and all that. So that was probably the only thing that I like genuinely learned a little bit about. I was aware of how the hydration and baker's levels kind of worked, but he explained at least why it's important on having either a high or low hydration dough, depending on what you're doing. So I did appreciate that. Cellulose is in plants. Sounds to me like bag cheese is basically just a vegetable then. I hate pre-grated, but how the hell does it acquire cellulose? I can start doing salads again. No one stopped you from doing salads. You would eat a salad on steak night. They add it to the cheese in the cheese making process, the cellulose. That's how it keeps it from clumping. It keeps it shredded is the cellulose. It stops the cells from like rebonding together once it's cut. I need to wipe this down. But I fully 100% believe you're going to have a salad at the Antler Room tonight. I think it comes with the meal. Well, it better, based on what I think you're going to pay for it. Okay. Get the macaroni going. Actually, we're going to go ahead and paint on another layer of barbecue sauce. So you add the cellulose, I'm lost. Nothing like more barbecue sauce. No, if you buy shredded cheese, like pre-shredded cheese in the bags, in the process that the cheese is made, they add cellulose. That's what they use to keep the cheese from basically clumping together and staying shredded. That's what we're saying. But cellulose comes from trees and plants. It's not like naturally found in the cheese making process. But it doesn't melt well. It may keep the cheese shredded and whatnot and from clumping, but it doesn't shred or it doesn't melt well, so your pizza suffers if you're trying to get melted cheese. Like a good melt is what was being said. Back in the oven. Is it anti... Oh, you got it. Yeah, it's just there to keep it from clumping. What if you buy creamy melt Kraft cheese blends? I'm going to be honest with you. That was my first thought. Nobody asked that question. You should save that for when you guys do a pizza making class. Because I have used the Philadelphia. They're probably more processed, but no cellulose. Oh yeah, they're definitely made to melt. They probably have more sodium citrate in it. The nacho, NaCHO chemical. That's what is in Kraft singles to make it melt. Same with Velveeta to like it keeps your cheese from denaturing completely and lets you re-emulsify it back into a cheese sauce. Because melting cheese is very difficult if you don't have that in there due to the denaturing process and the melting process. It's only like 40-degree window. The 3-cheese blend from that is all we use. Yeah, it just melts perfect all the time. Microwave check. LOL, it's crazy. Yeah. As you can see, though, we're down to 37 minutes. We're up to almost 100 degrees. Does that make it hard to digest? The sodium citrate or the cellulose? I need to get a rice going. Sorry, I need to get this rice going. Cellulose. The fake cheese makes it hard but tasty. It doesn't make it hard to digest, but it does give you constipation. This water's about to boil. All right, I've got cavatappi, which is basically elbow noodles. How long does this cook for? 8 minutes. I'm not a big stoner, but my friends made a cellulose joint years ago. It was a smokable transparent paper. How did that work out? How did that work out? That sounds like it not successful. At least not getting you high. Sorry, I'm washing my rice right now. It's not the most interesting. Alright, rice is washed, measured, plugged in. Alright, white rice on. Called cellulose. It worked, what can I say? It looks like plastic. No, it was a success, but weird. The paper just came out back then. You were smoking organic crap, I don't even know, but it's all clean, they say. It's amazing to me what people can come up with. Like, I never in my mind would ever think to do something like that. That's not a put down on him. I'm just genuinely impressed with somebody even thinking of that. All right, so we got a nice little light simmer going. We just need to get it to boiling, and then we can add this. Me too. The stoner market is big, so people find stuff, I guess. Cellulose with lactose intolerance is a bad combo. Is it? Oh yeah, you're lactose intolerant, Cole. I have two Coles on here right now. Minnesota Cole. What would that do to you? Really? How does it have dairy? I guess it's a bad reaction. Yeah, I'm curious what you have to say about that, Cole. Since you kind of work in a medical field. You know, I have this delicious rice cooker that I've only ever cooked rice in. Does that make me a bad person? Should I be using this to make quinoa or soup or oatmeal, like it says on the side? Because I've had this thing like 10 years. I don't work in medicine. Well, don't you work in rehab? Like sports rehab? Well, not sports, but you know what I mean. That's kind of medicine. I mean, I guess you would know, so I don't know. Ignore me. I love when I pull things out and mess with it. Like adding the sauce completely confuses the crap out of my thermometer. Wrong Cole. You fell for the trap. Ah, yep, you're right. Don't worry, I'll come up with some prank to get you next time I'm in the office. Medical Cole is this one. Yeah, I just saw Cole and thought. I don't think we've ever had both of you in here at the same time. I have a job interview next week for a neurology physical therapy position at a hospital. God, that sounds crazy. I hope it goes well for you. Is that the kind where you're like teaching people how to like walk and move their arms again? Glad I can help contribute to the confusion. Coltrane is a great character. Yeah, are you a big God of War fan? Not God of War. You are a big God of War fan, excuse me. Gears of War. I don't know that you even owned an Xbox. That would be like a stroke patient. I need you to figure that out in case it happens to me. Gears of War up till 3 is amazing. I didn't mind 3 as much. I didn't play 4. The name came in the run up to Gears 2, I think. Gears 2 was the best one. Skipper, that was me, not the door. Hey, bud. You want to get some carrots? Come here, buddy. Let's do dog show. Come here. Come. Skipper, come. Skipper, come. Hey. Look. Over here. Look. Carrot. All right, if you're going to be like that. The dog went to the dog park today, so he's a little low energy. But he won't say no to chicken chips. Sit. Shake. Boop. Good boy. Sit. Down. Down. No, sit. Down. Good boy. Last one. Boop. Who's there? Good boy. Good dog. According to my thing, we have about 21 minutes left until the meatloaf supposedly will be done. You can't 100% count on that right now because every time I pull it out and add more barbecue sauce, it really confuses the algorithm that figures out the time on that. Don't worry, bud. Don't have to wait until later. We'll get some dinner here before too long. Well, you release all the heat too. Yeah, it's not too bad, but normally I would do it on the smoker and then it wouldn't be as big of a deal, but it's not. It's still showing me the internal temperature, but it's for a good cause. Yeah, I still see the internal temperature, so even if the time thing is confused, we're at 130 degrees, we're trying to get to 165. If we get to 161, all it has to do is hold. You only have to hold 155 for like 3 minutes in total to have a full log 7 reduction in bacteria, the same as it would if it hit 165. If it hits 165, then it's an instant kill on all that bacteria. But if you do a sustained at a certain temperature, then it's also fine. That's one thing that they don't teach people. Just because USDA says you have to cook it to 165 doesn't mean you can't cook it to 155 and hold it. Please lower the threshold on your noise canceling. It cuts you out a lot, but true. Alright, I'll have to mess with it between now and next stream. But man, lower the cooking, the tastier and juicier, and yes, it keeps cooking for a while, so I'm all for under USDA recommendations. Yeah, the carryover cooking is so interesting. The people who make this thermometer for me have been working on trying to predict carryover cooking with this thermometer for like 2 years. They're apparently super close and are hoping to have it done by summer this year, which I think is really cool. For how 100% accurate it is, no idea, but it's definitely just interesting. I'm very curious to see how well it works. Because it's going to change depending on how even your cook is, hot spots on your pan, thickness of meat, all kinds of stuff. Alright, let me taste one of these. We don't want al dente, we want dente, I think. It's got about 2 minutes. Then we're going to cool them and add them to that sauce. And then we've got our macaroni salad. But I think I'm going to have to pepper the crap out of it. Oh, wow. Is it a Chinese company? Some of the Chinese are work closely with barbecue community. I've seen it firsthand. No, it's an American company. It's called Combustion Inc. It's owned by Chris Young, who is a renowned science chef. He has a bunch of cookbooks. He's got the Combustion Inc. Line of thermometers. He's been involved in the Breville home appliance stuff. So he's got a bunch of really big cooking things, and he's like a big source for information when it comes to like the science of cooking. So like he just put out a video the other day about how carryover cooking and how you shouldn't rest your steak because all of the ideas about resting your steak all come from they're all guesses. There's no scientific backing behind any of them. Yeah, so the idea is that like your meat's supposed to reabsorb all of the juices, but there's no way it can do that if you look at the like cellular level of a steak or like beef. It doesn't have a structure like a sponge where water can come in and out. So what really happens is uh, the water that's close to the outside evaporates and forces its way out of the steak. And then, they tell you to rest it so that it can reabsorb, but it can't reabsorb. Whenever you cut it, you're releasing all of that pent up water. And there's been a lot of like tests about like, oh, well, I measured it beforehand, then I cut it, measured it plus the juices, and there was a slight change. But a lot of those variances are from things like having uneven cooking or the temperature variances change because he uses a special oven that basically keeps a consistent heat. He can like set it to 350 and it will stay there, kind of like a sous vide. It's a very interesting video. You should look it up. Chris Young is the YouTube channel. Resting steak is good, man. Resting it on heat, maybe. Does tuna steak work the same way? I don't know why, but it does taste better whenever it is. The resting technique. No, tuna does not. Well, maybe tuna could absorb, but it's already low in water. I don't know. That's a really interesting question, Cole. But yeah, I highly suggest you go and watch the video. It's really interesting stuff. Because he even admits he's like, I perpetrated this same saying. You say a steak off the grill tastes better than one rested 5 to 10 minutes. Man, I love both, so now I have a mind fuck. Yeah, they're saying cook it to the temperature you want and then slice it then because it basically stops the cooking process. So he's like, carryover cooking is pointless most of the time when it comes to steak. So he's like, cook it to what you want, like 125, and then cut it then. And then you don't have to worry about, uh, going too far and now you have a medium rare steak. Because you're not going to lose the juices. The juices are already, what's coming out is already coming out. That's basically what he was getting at. He mastered the microwave technique for warming up at work. I do 1 minute on high both sides. On a steak? That's sacrilege. I only microwave my fish at work. salmon, tuna, shrimp. Then cook my meal then at the last 1 minute if I cut my steak and add it to the microwave meal. Bring on the stank in slices. If it sucks, don't blame me. I'm just the messenger. I mean, I like to do mine on sous vide anyway. My last internship, I blew up an egg in a microwave. Whole office smelled awful. Well, that's probably why you didn't get the job offer. I'm also pretty sure you didn't want to live in DC. Alright, so I got the macaroni cooling. Yum. I'm gonna wash my knife. Trust me, I get slices of super red beef with the outside cooked by the microwave red. The one in St. Paul, and I really like that one too. Let's see some sauce. See, the noise cancellation is too good at cuts. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if it's the noise cancellation or if it's just the fact that I'm using a 3-year-old phone. I very much want to upgrade my set to having at least 2 camera angles. But I'm trying to wait until I actually can get subscribers. Just because it would be an investment. Do you ever stream with a phone mic? I mean, a PC mic? Yes, I do whenever I do some of the gaming streams. You'll see. I mean, we were literally having mic problems with my other PC mic yesterday because apparently it was connecting to my PlayStation mic that I had hooked up to my computer. My PlayStation controller has a microphone in it, and for some reason that defaulted. And we couldn't figure out what the heck was going on. And then we finally figured it out, and I was like, this is so stupid. Here's the sauce. I think I need a bigger bowl. Gosh darn Bluetooth. This is hilarious. I love how I'm making this, and I'm going to be the only one that eats this. Oh, sorry. You guys fell in the sauce. One of the legs gave out. Let's try that again. Apologize about that. It's gonna be good for days. Holy hell, we got wet. Yeah, you guys. I'm gonna have to clean that camera better after this is over. Okay, it's pretty darn close. It needs more black pepper. I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. All right, let's taste it with the noodles and a little bit of extra pepper. It's very vinegary. It should be a little bit sweeter and a little bit saltier. There's a little garlic salt. I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar to see if that helps. We used a tiny bit of brown sugar, so. Probably a teaspoon of sugar. All right. Mark 2. Perfect. That contract, Captain. I'm such an idiot. I bought my fishing license twice. Once online, once in person. Looks tasty. Need more carrot. Pepper is there. Sugar will lower the acidity. That will help just a little. Now that looks like a barbecue macaroni salad. Yes. I don't know if you can actually see the carrots that well. Like, they're clearly there. It just, they are very opaque with the sauce on there. I'm pretty sure I needed to put more carrots in there to begin with, but I think it's actually not bad. Okay, yeah, we just didn't see them in the sauce. Yeah. It almost looks like pimento cheese, kind of. Yeah, I'm not unhappy with that at all. Like, that's really good. Put this away. We're at 156 on the meatloaf. So we are actually sitting real pretty. So what do you like to fish? Anything? Or like you like lakes, river, pond? All right, I want to do one last uh, barbecue saucing. Sorry, I was just knocking some of the grease on the top off. This thing is gorgeous. All right, back in for the final little bit. I'll eat that anytime. Okay, so not fish to eat, but by far brook trout. Right now we have a gray trout, but we don't eat it. We like dirt a little. Our catfish is not good like southern, but we will eat it sometimes. And then perch and bass for inland. But for ocean fish, they have much better, but I don't live on the coast. Damn, that is beautiful. It's a beautiful meatloaf. Martha Shua ain't got shit. All right, I need a break. All right, Ghetto. It'll be done by the time you get back, I think. I'm gonna put this in the fridge while we wait, just to try and keep it cold. Why did I put this back here? I just cleaned. I'm going to scoop some rice into that. There's the white rice. I'm going to go yell at my wife to start heading this way. Dinner's about done. There. So you can see how close we are. Those plates that we ordered, they sent us the wrong thing, so we're getting some matte white plates for better pictures. When they will show up, no idea. But hopefully soon. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out and then transfer it to a cutting board. I think using it's better that way than being covered in grease. If I'm being completely honest. All right. 3 minutes. This is going to be so much better once it sits overnight. Mm. You know how keeping up a household means keeping up with toilet paper, Kleenex, paper towels, right? Yes. Or you can get a bidet, which I highly recommend. I don't know what happened the last couple of weeks. I have way too many Kleenex boxes and not enough of the rest. I'm going to be honest with you. Kleenex is probably the least one you need out of the other two. I still have everything. Okay, good. I was nervous there for you for a second. But I have 36 boxes of Kleenex. Good Lord, man. I don't need that many. Yeah, you expect to get COVID, like long COVID for like 2 years? That's a lot of Kleenex. No, I still have backups. Ugh. We reached the time, but we still haven't hit 165. We're close. Oh, there we go. Enjoy. Alright. I'm going to pull it out here, and then we'll transfer it after a minute or so. Look at that beautiful 3-pound, 4-ounce baby boy. Do a swooping. That probe is going to be a pain to clean the end off. Oh well. It'll be worth it. Yeah, I'm going to let this cool for a second and hopefully completely solidify before I try and transfer it. I really don't want it, like, imploding on me, which is my fear. Plus, it'll give it a chance to carry over cook. It's always weird. Like whenever I make meatloaf or meatballs or something, or hamburgers even. Sometimes there's just a small patch that decides to stay pink, even though it's like everything else is cooked. The temperature is fine. Can't figure it out. But I'm not too concerned. Yeah. Okay. We can move it. We have stability. We aren't going far. let's get that probe out. Man, I make a good meatloaf. Off oven. Off thermostat. Or thermostat. Thermometer. Let's get some extra lights in there. There we go. You can't let it sit in water, right? I guess you don't want to do that. It's mobile. Oh, hell yes. This comes with some rice. Juicy AF. That's what she said. Haha, nothing like self-appropriation. Oh, yeah, definitely. Now I just need to get my wife up here as soon as she finishes her stupid Halo game so I can get a picture before I cut into this bad boy. But I like how it's still nicely leaking. I don't know if you can see that or not. Still see the... Like, this bad boy is moist. Okay, we're back. This is another reason why I want to switch, because this camera phone thing loses connection occasionally. Video back, but not sound. I wasn't making any noise, that's why. I went to the other room to check the PC that it's connected to see, and it was already back. She plays Halo Infinite. She's obsessed with it. She used to never play games. I got her to play Halo for me for a little bit. And then she became addicted, and now she plays it all the time. Which is fine, but I feel like half the reason that my internet's crap is because I'm trying to stream and she's trying to play Halo. Nice. Yeah.
You didn't eat the carrot. I'm sorry. What else in that?
It's macaroni salad.
Oh.
I'd like you to try it, but...
It's very mayonnaise-based, right?
It's got milk in it, too. You like milk?
Move your hand. Do you want one of everything?
I don't need one of just the rice, but if you get it with other stuff. Trust me, her Halo is nothing compared to your upload for stream. Well, I would believe it other than Halo Infinite is poorly utilized.
Well, I made it to level 10 and Grant made it to 18 so we can get his Quasar cannon.
Oh, you guys were playing Helldivers?
Yes.
That's surprising.
We were not playing Halo. Though I did play Halo earlier. I had Grant watching your stream so that I knew when it would be done, and then we tried a short mission and failed.
So you guys were sitting down there playing games while this was ready to be pictured?
No.
Lies.
We started when it was not done. I had already loaded in the game when you yelled down, "It'll be ready soon."
Do you want to get a plate ready while I cut a piece?
Yeah. How do you want it in 3 quadrants, for 2, and then lay the meat across?
However, you're the one who is really good at picture taking.
Should I scoop it? Or spoon it? The rice.
Scoop it would actually look better.
I think so. Wait, this?
Yes.
Yeah. We have a bigger one?
No, that's a big one. We have a smaller one.
I just thought, like, for the rice at least, I could scoop it and put it and then
Yeah.
I didn't know what you were.
It's Friday night, homies. Yeah.
So I do 2 scoops.
Yes. I want it to look kind of like a Hawaiian lunch plate. I wish that other one was a little more scoopy, but that's fine.
I can try again on another plate. You got 2 plates.
This will be first one I get a comment from Craig's wife on. You watch. We had a lot of people on today.
Oh, that's good.
We had both Coles. We had Grant for a wee bit.
Like that?
Yeah, that looks great. Ghetto's on here.
Hi, Ghetto.
He apparently is only watching on the weekends nowadays, which is why I hadn't seen him in a while, which makes total sense because we do see him on the weekend. We had a UK lady who's a baker who subscribed or followed, which was really nice, and she was very friendly.
A baker?
Yeah.
I always like baking.
She said she bakes cakes for a living. What?
How about scooping this?
You can try. I think
I don't think it'll work. Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry. No, you're fine, man. We were just curious where you disappeared to. Trust us, we have a friend who disappears off the face of the map for like 3 months at a time.
Yep. Think that's okay?
You could probably do another scoop. I also have
Do you have like sesame seeds or something you can put on the boobs that I made?
Furikake seasoning.
Yeah, for the rice.
Yeah.
I think that'll be good. You have a different color.
I mean, Hawaiian is a mix of, is, you know.
Sorry, this isn't on camera.
Not enough or more. It'll come out real quick, so just making you aware. I keep seeing 1 to 5 people in chat. Please don't mention it. No.
Oh, I was gonna just move that.
No. Yeah, I know. I need to get to have what your husband cooked for you. Yeah. She'll try it.
It smells gross. I don't tend to like potato salads of any kind.
You're lucky. There's no potato in it.
That's not the part I don't like about potato salads and salads like that. And you know that.
Yes.
It's the mayo I don't care for. And it looks like carrots?
Shredded. How do you want this?
Like,
Do you want another piece?
yes.
Bigger or smaller?
Big, like, yeah.
I have confidence that this meatloaf should taste pretty dang good.
And then I want you to put it where this one was. Yep.
That was accidental, but it worked perfectly. Should we put a little bit of the barbecue sauce on there?
Yeah.
It's very runny.
Oh. Yeah, just use your spoon. Don't, like...
You hate mayo? He hates coconut. Jesus, guys. Just kidding.
I don't like coconut either. Coconut's gross. To be fair, I was an incredible. I still am a picky eater, but I used to be way worse.
Yeah, see, look, it's a little runny.
Spoon and then drizzle it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
You can do it.
Okay.
Let me clean up the plate.
Because you want it like kind of across it, right?
However you think looks good. I just want a beautiful picture.
Let me take a picture before I do this in case I screw this up.
I just want all of the Instagram followers so then I can get free cookware.
That's the ultimate dream, isn't it?
I'd like a Butcher Box sponsor, please.
Move your hand. Oh, thank you. I like that.
Yes. Try doing it like that as well.
Like that?
Yeah, I almost prefer that picture. Drizzle some brown and it's going to be nice. Yeah, that's what we've got here. We're just trying to take some pre-pictures before we do something we can't. Yeah, that's it.
That's the angle.
Before we screw it up.
Yeah, I have to take pre-photos in case I screw up trying to make it look nicer.
See what I mean? Very runny.
Yeah, fine. I'm going to go back over a second one.
I can't wait till we decide to do like a 6-hour stream of me trying to figure out how to make omurice.
Oh.
Oh. You can't see it at all. God, what am I doing? I'm a terrible streamer. There we go. I just got a Samsung S24, man. I used to have an S9. I don't even know what to do with this. Picture quality is nuts. Yeah, that looks good.
That good?
Yeah, I have a 21 Ultra. And it's got a nice camera, but I can only imagine what your step up is like.
Oh, that one's better, I think.
Yeah. But I mean, this is a lunch plate, man. Let me cut you a piece.
Who gets the end?
Want it?
I'll take it.
Yours.
I'm gonna take that fork.
You can take the fork.
Oh, but don't you need a fork? You want a spoon or a fork?
I'll use this fork if you don't want
Yeah.
it.
I need to give the dog dinner.
You'd like that.
I'm sure he's tired. I'm hungry.
So it's in the same range. BRB. Yeah, you're good, man.
What's wrong with that carrot you won't eat?
I don't know. He's mad that I grated some of his carrots to put in the macaroni salad.
Mm. It's not awful, but I don't want to eat it. The macaroni salad. The meatloaf is delicious.
This is a sweet meatloaf.
I just don't. I want some of that sauce, actually. Just not a big macaroni salad person.
I appreciate you trying it.
I did. It's really tasty. never refilled this.
This is very tasty.
It's very tasty. So what else in the meatloaf? Jalapenos? No.
Yes. There's 2 jalapenos that are diced up. A fourth of an onion.
Pineapple?
A can of crushed pineapple, which I tried to drain. A panade. 3 eggs. Garlic seasoning, salt, pepper, some cayenne. And then this barbecue sauce is glazed over the top. Did it 3 times.
That's good.
Yeah, that's brand new. Like, that just came out and I ordered it and was like, I can do something with this. And that's where the Hawaiian meatloaf came from.
This is very tasty. I love the meatloaf that you make. And this one is up there with the normal meatloaf. It does have some heat. I like it.
That'd probably be from the cayenne and the chipotle. Like, it came out really well.
Hey, Skipper, come on.
Grant, are you guys planning on getting back on held hours, or?
Yeah. No, I think we were planning on getting back on. He was going to eat as well. And then apparently he's been playing Helldivers all day and hasn't eaten anything.
That's surprising. Not that he hasn't eaten, I just meant that
He's like
all that.
totally sucked in.
He told me the other day to not burn out.
I know. Well, I didn't, but
I apologize, I used all the big stuff again.
it's okay. It's there to be used. I just may have to run 2 of the dishwasher.
That's fine. I don't have anything planned for dinner tomorrow. I also don't have anything in the house to make for dinner tomorrow, so that's part of it. Yeah, because Cole, work was on. He came in at the exact time I started
Did you beat your eyes?
saying I don't like oysters.
Oh.
He's the biggest oyster fan I know.
Him and your sister.
Well, he likes them off the shell. She likes them the smoked kind.
Yeah.
Hi,
bud.
They're going to the Antler Room tonight for Maddie's birthday.
I don't know what that is.
It's a fancy restaurant here in town.
I didn't realize it was your birthday.
I didn't either, so I said happy birthday. I told them that they would enjoy a pizza making class at that place.
Uh-huh. Oh, not too bad. That was all fitting in.
Looks great, man. Yeah. It's absolutely delicious.
It's so good.
It's got a nice sweet heat to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's pineapple-y, but it's not like over the top. It's super juicy. And that panade, which is the mix of the milk and the breadcrumbs, just makes it super duper juicy. I don't know if I can get it to focus. There we go. Yeah, just great texture.
Look at him. Just waiting.
Look, one of those Italian New York dishes with sides. But this is Hawaiian, I guess. Oh yeah, nice. Looks super good. Yeah, this is up there as one of the better meatloafs I've made. Which my wife hates meatloaf. For some reason, she likes my meatloafs. And she even said this is one of her favorites so far. But it tastes like eating like a pork chop with grilled jalapenos and pineapple on it.
Mm-hmm.
This Chipotle barbecue sauce from
It's
Lane's
really good.
is really good. I'm gonna have to buy another bottle because we used a good half of this. I had to order that and get it shipped to me. I once had chicken only meatloaf. It's a no, but this looks amazing. Yeah, chicken and turkey don't make a great meatloaf. Like, I've done it. Meatloaf needs to have a certain level of fat in it.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I think it gets too dry.
it becomes almost like a sausage.
Hi, buddy.
I know that sounds weird, but I'm talking about like texture and consistency wise. You got to have the add-ins, and chicken and turkey fall apart way too easy, so you got to have a ton of binder. It's not worth it.
Which I think takes away from the flavor a bit.
It just makes it taste bready,
That's what I mean.
and like this doesn't taste bready at all.
No.
It's a great sandwich. Yeah, you gave it a lot of the bottle. I actually had turkey with lentils, and it works, but no, it doesn't.
You want some peanut butter?
My mom used to make a turkey meatloaf with oatmeal. Well, she used oats as a low-carb alternative to, like, breadcrumbs.
I remember it not being bad.
It's not bad. It's just a weirder texture.
It crumbles easily.
It did crumble easy, but
Can you cut me another slice?
Oh,
So
yeah.
I can take half of it?
Well, do you just want the other end?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Overall, it sucked. My mom makes one with oats too. It sucked. Yeah. Let's just say I'm glad to not go back to those days. My mom couldn't make a meatloaf to save her life,
Neither could my mom.
but my dad can. My dad did the barbecuing and meatloaf and chili. My sister cooks with healthy stuff. I mean, good for her. I try to make this about as healthy as I can, but I mean, I try to do my best to not like go crazy with it. Like, I'm gonna have the 2 slices and this. I probably won't finish what's on the plate, and that's pretty much my control. Is, it may not be the best stuff for you, but I'm trying to eat less of it than I want to, because I could probably eat a whole nother piece. I could just be eating a hamburger. Yeah, you don't overdo it. That's what I'm trying to do, yeah. I know it's a little bit carb heavy, but that's what the Hawaiian plate is, man. Their lunches are macaroni salad, rice, barbecue of some sort. Like, the macaroni salad is based off Matty Matheson's for his lunch plate, but he did a fried pork chop. And I gotta tell you, that fried pork chop looked delicious. But ground pork was on sale. Me, I don't know if I told you, but I'm restricted. Nice. Aren't you restricted to only like what was it? The size of your fist for meat? For the stomach ulcers? Isn't that right? I'm getting the meat sweats. Or just the sweats. Remind me to mess with the sound gate after we get done here. Apparently it was really messing up today.
You want to put this on him?
I already did give him some stuff. He didn't want the carrot. I had to give him chicken chips. I need to eat only 3 ounces of meat per meal. No stomach ulcers. Yeah. I couldn't remember what it was, but yeah, you were restricted on what meat you could have or how much you could have. Which sucks, but at the same time, not having issues is also pretty nice. So it's a trade-off. I just got hot. Everything caught up with me. Yeah, it's all about oxalates and calcium.
Oh, go get that.
It's crazy. I saw an article the other day about a woman who had some rare disease that left her. She could only eat 4 foods. She was allergic to every other food in the world.
How sad.
The website Chronometer does all the math, but I have never used it. I've never heard of that. I'll have to look at it. Hey, you cleared some of the table.
I did. I've been trying.
I appreciate that.
It got all covered with all of his stuff when he was sick, and then all my returns.
Okay. Check it out. It's nuts. Yeah, 3 ounces of meat. I don't even know how to get that at the meat counter. They sell it in minimum of 6. So cut that in half, and you've got 2 meals. That's nuts.
What are you eating?
Is that pre or post cooked? Because you're gonna lose a little bit of weight in cooking. She finished her plate.
Are you planning on cutting that up and storing it, or just storing it like that?
What do you want me to do? I can cut it up real quick.
Yeah, I was trying to think of what the... If we cut it up, we can put it in...
Sure. I'll cut it up.
Container, maybe? This one. It's kind of not... Right? Or is that too short?
Let's get my work.
Yeah, those are big slices because they're in the middle.
Sorry.
No, I don't have a problem with it. It's... I only need one of those versus the...
How do you rate your beauty loaf? You know what I mean. I'd get 8.5. 8.5, 9. It's pretty dang good. It's a top tier meatloaf. I'm a big fan of a standard meatloaf with a mushroom gravy. I think that's my 10. But this is really up there.
This is really good. It's snipping it.
Yeah, I accidentally wiped my hand here with a little bit of sauce earlier. But it's only a small little dot. It's top tier for sure, yes. Don't worry, I have a scale. We could measure out 3 ounces for you.
What? You don't like it?
No, it's fine. It's just funny.
What?
Are you going to be able to get this last piece? Or you're going to have to cut it in half. Yep, that's about what I expected.
Why are you hating?
I'm not. I just... kind of figured it would be like this, stacked next to each other, but I have no issue with that.
So my worry with that, because if you stack them all like that, then we put the lid on, it'll, like the sauce will get stuck to the lid when you take it off.
Well, we have more sauce.
I know.
Yeah. All it was I thought it was a funny observation. That was all. It wasn't meant to, like, make comments about your ability in stacking things.
No, I'm just saying that there was thought process that went into how I did it.
I know.
Which was to maximize the sauce not getting
You
stuck.
still got it on there.
Well, from the sideways one.
Ooh. Oh, I'm so tired. You should probably get some rest. You did buy 2 fishing licenses. I was awake at 5 a.m. Yeah, it's almost 8 o'clock for you, so that's been a long day. You should get some rest, man. I think we're going to call it here now that we're starting to put things away. But I was really glad you could make it, man. I'm glad things are going well for you. Enjoy the motorcycle.
You got a motorcycle?
He had a motorcycle.
Oh.
Damn, you remembered my mistake. How can I forget that you paid for a fishing license twice? That's such a huge impact, man. Like, gosh.
Are these just getting lids on them?
Yeah.
Unless in the fridge.
I don't know how your licenses work up there, but if they, you can always bring a friend to go fishing, unless they're, like, specific to you with your name. Then you're going to have to find a friend who has the same name. Oh, good, bro. Yeah. All right, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks for hanging out. Especially you, Ghetto, and Haley, both the Coles, Grant, anyone else who poked their head in. I really appreciate it. I don't think we'll be on tomorrow, but I for sure is going to be on Sunday. The tentative item is going to be shrimp po' boys, blackened shrimp po' boys. That may change. My sister's coming over, and the deal was if she helped with the garden, I would make her dinner. She's a vegetarian who eats fish, so it could change.
Pescatarian or whatever?
I don't know what the technical term is, but...
subject to change, but it will have a
it'll have something that's either vegetarian or fish related.
Yeah.
And then... for the bike, it's so weird. Cheers, man. Better be nice shrimps. Yeah. They'll be the best ones I can find, but we're not exactly flying them in from the, Sea of Japan. But everyone enjoy their weekend. Hopefully we'll see everyone on Sunday whenever we do the next one. If not, remember, check out the Instagram or the VOD clips. Keep up to date on what's been made. All right. See you guys.